What's up guys, back with another Honkai Star Rail video, and as of right now we are still waiting on the 4-star for the current 2.3 drip market, right? But this video will not be about the 4-star, we are going to be talking about a different sort of thing with drip marketing. Now, I'm sure we'll get a 4-star, right? So I'm not too worried about that. Sure that they don't not give us a 4-star 2 updates in a row, that'd be kind of unfortunate, right? But regardless of that, drip marketing is a way to generate hype in the community. Most of the time when they post on Twitter, people go absolutely feral, like absolutely insane. 4.1 million views for Acheron is disgusting. That is a ton of views, right? Now, this is even crazier because Acheron should have a little bit more, right? Because she was deleted. I think she got posted like 20 minutes early on accident. Not too sure why, but that probably hurt a little bit of her views, right? However, I checked with other characters such as Kafka, and she had around 4 million views as well. Now, do note that this post was made January 22nd, so any views that I got afterwards also count. So, she's had a bit of time to cook, about 3 months, But we're here to talk about a different character. Now, as of right now, Jade, who was just announced earlier, has 2.4 million views, which is fair, right? New character. People are a lot more hyped and ready for drip marketing than they were before. You can make that argument. However, this next character has had about 30 hours since her drip market, and this is Firefly. Firefly has 7.8 million views, almost double Acheron's, within just a little bit over a day of being announced. She has 125k likes compared to Acheron's 85. She has 44k compared to Acheron's 20k retweets, and then 3k comments versus 1.4k. So she's pretty much beating her on everything, just about double, which is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. We'll have to see where Jade is at, right? Just to see if maybe Firefly is just has a fluke, and that's just drip market is just that hype nowadays. But Firefly is killing it, right? Now, when we look at Acheron, we think fan favorite, right? When Acheron was first announced, I think at the Game Awards, right? If I'm not mistaken, people were hyped, right? That's Raiden Mei, Raiden Shogun's super popular in Genshin. Acheron, super popular, Raiden Mei. People love that, right? Acheron, I don't want to say it isn't like the most popular character, right? Because there's definitely, I think March is definitely a more popular character in Star Wars just because she's the poster child. But Acheron is definitely a super high popular, I almost said high value, I wouldn't put it that, but when you play the game, you're like, oh, Acheron's super hype, someone like Kafka's super hype, someone like Don Hank's super hype, the main, you see their face, you're like, oh, that's a hype character. Kind of like if you play other gacha games, or, let's just say Dragon Ball Z, right? The hype ones you think of Goku, Vegeta, Gohan kind of thing, right? Acheron is definitely one of those top tier characters in that regard. And the fact that Firefly, now I do think Firefly 100% deserves the fact that she is getting double Acheron's, views and stuff is wild to me, right? I full-heartedly believe that when Firefly drops, since obviously Firefly and Sam are going to be a DPS, fire destruction, it just screams DPS. You look at Sam and tell me he's going to be a support unit. Or maybe a debuffer at most, but I mean, Acheron's technically a debuffer, so, wink wink, totally a debuffer. But I do think that Firefly has the potential to potentially be better than Acheron DPS-wise, which I know is crazy, and I know I talked about in a previous video how that would be bad for the game. I think they would be fumbling tremendously if they make Firefly not top 1 or top 2 DPSs with how absolutely hyped she is. Maybe she could do some super niche stuff, but I don't think niche would be the correct way to go about Firefly. Now, I'm not going to talk about leak kits or anything, but I do know that I've heard around the grapevine that apparently Firefly has some some moolah in her animations, so I'm excited. If it's anything to go off of Acheron's, which I do think Acheron has the best animations in the game. All her, her technique, her basic attack is, pretty basic, but what can you do about that, right? Her skill is It's just so sick, you know, the whole like Virgil, like I say Virgil, but there's other characters who like the funny like katana sliced it. It just, you know, it just looks like some Virgil stuff, you know. All that super clear, ultimate, super beautiful. So if Firefly is anything to go off of that, Firefly might go insane. Now, Sam does have some animations in game from when you fight him, her. It's kind of weird because now it's official. So like I say Sam because I'm like, oh, if I say Sam, we're not gonna get into that right now. Anyway, you've seen Sam's animations. Sam goes absolutely crazy. There's the one where he jumps into the sky. There's the whole like slam fire thing. If that's anything to go off of, Firefly is gonna have the best animation in this game by far. I can't wait to see like the whole transformation because she transforms in one of the cutscenes. I imagine it's gonna be like the reverse of that when she transforms into Sam. I'm excited, right? But seeing how absolutely popular Firefly is, I'm excited, right? She has to blow Acheron out of the water. If she doesn't, she's a fumble. Let me know in the comments though what you think of Firefly's character. Do you think she holds a candle to Acheron in terms of how popular or hype she is to you? Do you think Firefly deserves to be up there in the first or second slot for best DPS? Now do note, we're gonna see how Boot Hill is, right? Because if Boot Hill is top 1 DPS somehow, which I'd be shocked, you know, well, we're gonna have to see. Because, you know, like I said, if Boot Hill is number 1, we might have a power creep issue, and Firefly might just be better than him, and then we just have that whole debacle of why would you summon for Blade when there's like 10 DPSs that are better than him. But that's a whole other video that I talked about with Robin and how certain characters had to fit certain niches. But when you get to a character that's just so popular, and I'm not saying Robin's not popular, but as someone who is just getting an insane amount of views and people are like, oh, Firefly click, Sam click, you gotta make them universally used, or people are probably not going to be the biggest fans. Because I'd imagine if you slapped Topaz's kit on Acheron, a lot of people would probably be like, you know, follow-up attack team, you know, I don't have those characters built, or I don't have those characters. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Acheron, while being the whole like nihility thing, there's options and you can still build a solid team around it. But to fill a complete niche just for one thing, I don't know if they would do that for Firefly. I think she'll just be a universal DPS. But regardless of that, that'll be enough of my rambling. I'm just absolutely shocked that Firefly has gotten this many views, at least on Twitter, in this amount of time. Let me know in the comments if they posted on other sites and what are the views and likes compared to other characters such as Acheron, Kafka, or even Jade, who just came out. But anyway, that'll be it for the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on Firefly in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.